everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of Doctor Strange Issue 8, 2025. Ooh, we got Lord Strange against Downfall, and this does happen after we get some information on Downfall. So, let us crack into this. Heaven, Angela, enjoying the view, enjoying the solitude. Does not this apparition unnerve you? The sliver, that sliver of soul, merely a coat standing for Strange's flying cloak. You have news. A light elf arrived today, passing on Queen Elsa's disquiet. That's what they're calling it. The Queen wishes to remind us of Verbodin's crimes, sins, and atrocities. He is not to be trusted. And what did you say? I said we are not trusting him. We are using him. If not for his scythe magic, our anchorites would still be dead. And if not for his power, there would be no hope of defending the Nine Realms against Athotet. The light elf appeared unconvinced. It's like, yeah, totally get that there. This would be so much easier if my mother was still alive. Queen Regent Ido could have personally assured Elsa that we have this under control. The angels need to decide on a new queen. Some of our sisters have approached Galeriphon, and Hierophant cannot lead the angels. Oh, get that look off your face. He's already declined. He said the queen needs to be as respected as she is fearsome, but above all, she needs to be an angel. How I long for the days of contracts and punching, when motivations were clear and things were simple. I, for one, am glad that reason seems to have won out. In your younger days, you cared not for reason. Lately, I've grown to see its uses. Reason, I find, is a very overrated quality in a person. It's like, okie dokie, as we see going back to Strange there, it's like, huh, it was cool to see her kind of get a close-up on, like, Galeriphon should do that. The God Quarry has accepted me into its swirling embrace without annoyance or obliteration, for which I am relieved. But as my mind threatens to stretch beyond its own borders, I find myself questioning the intelligence and yes, the rationality of the man who sent me here, Dr. Stephen Strange. In fact, I very much feared that the good doctor may have overestimated himself. Yet again. I am not Dr. Strange, I am Lord Strange, and as someone who has opened himself up to a higher form of purer magic, it is conceivable that I may survive this encounter. Conceivable, not likely. I am communing, however one-sided, with the entity known as Athotet, the entity that currently threatens every realm in existence. As an entity, it is intangible, and from what I can tell, it has existed since almost the dawn of time. It has traveled through untold dimensions peacefully and without incident, but having run out of energy that sustains it, it has to adapt its eating habits. This is a great fucking this is what you want in a magic comic title, just to see all the kind of craziness kind of going on. So you see Strange down here, just, oof. So it's like, alright, he's getting information. This new change made it detectable, and a bundle of cells, no wait, a race of alien scientists noticed its existence. They did what they could to study it, but by identifying its food source, they had essentially identified how to harm it. And, for the first time, Athotet felt threatened, and it manifested a physical form in order to eliminate that threat. Ah, okay, and I like kind of bundling down, and then saying, woof, it's like, what would that be? Downfall. A form shape that we have taken to calling that is called Downfall. Oh dear, my thoughts are beginning to split. Where's my mind? As the Pixies once asked. Here it is, stuck to the bottom of my shoe. No, stop, I can't go insane. As we see that going on, and that is a nice one, as he's like bucking through there. Too much to do. Downfall is the merest tip of an invisible iceberg that moves through multiple realms at once. Until now, Athotet had been so unique in its needs and life cycle that it had no natural enemies. When Downfall came into being, that all changed, as every physical body has something that can damage it. Downfall had a premonition of an upcoming war. A war against a living dimension of darkness and tentacles and eyes called All That Is, Endur-Ar. And now it begins to make sense. It's like, that sounds like a gnarly kind of place, so, okay. Up quickly. Endur-Ar, the living universe, will be the greatest threat Athotet will ever know. Even though, back then, when Downfall first had that premonition, it had no awareness or interest in anything beyond its borders. Because Athotet exists in multiple dimensions and multiple timelines at once, Downfall sometimes gets confused by linear time. Yeah, that would happen. He struck, but in doing so, he made Endur-Ar aware of his existence, and so took the first steps towards the war he was seeking to avoid, as we see Lord Strange bucking out of the God Quarry. To quote William Shatner, irony can be pretty ironic sometimes. As he's like plucking his way out, it's like, okie dokie. Look at this, sisters. The little wizard has returned to us. Did you see what you wanted to see? Learn what you sought to learn? Now that you understand your enemy, are your fears quashed, or are your eyes opened? Methinks his eyes are open, sisters. See the dread within? You are a curious trio. Indeed we are, wizard. And you are a most curious little mortal. Do you know that in this form you are but a thought away from evaporating into much magic dust? What a thing that would be for us to see. Sorry to disappoint you, but there are people who await my return, your return, or the return of the man you merely resemble. It's like, ooh, shit. Alright, see how that kind of goes. It's like, yeah, because that's not strange, really. Okay, good stapling, no loose pages at the moment. Vanheim, Verboten, what are you doing with that orb? This is mine. I am merely... We found that in the Scarverde camp not far from here. It is not yours, Verboten, and you will return it. This is indeed mine. I may not remember what it is, but it is as much mine as my arm or my leg. Or your head, because I can relieve you of that burden if you so wish. Children. Must you squabble so when Daddy is away? Only problem is here that we get a little bit of damage in this word bubble here with the white kind of bleeding through. You. Still alive, I see. Oh, hello, traitor. You may leave now and return control of this form to Doctor Strange. I was thinking about that, and I might just stick around a while longer. You're refusing to relinquish control, so be it. Now wait a moment, I'm still Stephen Strange, but in this form I'm more capable of doing what needs to be done. Then let the other you tell me that. If I do, he won't let me back out. And this is in his best interest. The version of me you know is limited, Angela. His empathy is a hindrance. I am more open to the contractual nature of the universe. I'm less interested in dealing with enemies humanely as I am with dealing with them effectively. I know you agree with that. Maybe we should listen to what he has to say before deciding. First of all, do not whisper into my ear ever again. Second, very well, Lord Strange, speak. It's like, okie dokie. So that's why Enderar contacted the Enchantress and gave her the crown, because it wants us to do its dirty work. Or at least injure Athotet badly enough so that Enderar can swoop in and make the kill. But from what you said, killing Athotet could have unimaginable consequences for reality. Exactly. Enderar may be the only power strong enough to outright destroy Athotet, but I think we need an alternate plan. I think this holds the key to our salvation. Angela, you believe this orb contains the secret of my immortality and so my power. I've come to agree with you. It's like, it's really kind of bad when Verboten's kind of making sense here. And yet you surrendered to us in order to ensure that it does not get opened, and I still can't explain why. It's like, yeah, that's a pretty big question there. How does it feel, I wonder, to have robbed so many of their memories over the millennia, only to now experience that for yourself? Does it sting? Stinging aside, it does beg the question. The Scarverde taught you how to take memories from people's minds. Could a Scarverde have taken this one from yours? I am the last Scarverde. My tormentor made sure of that. As for the orb, let me see. Verde, yeah. I believe that my tormentor, who has sabotaged every chance I have ever had of lasting happiness throughout my life, wants to keep me from accessing the rest of my strength. I believe my tormentor is somehow connected to Athotet. If, as you say, neither Athotet nor downfall is entirely restricted by the linear flow of time, then they could be interfering in your past to prevent you from mounting an effective defense in the present. My entire life as a manipulation, my entire personhood, it is galling. Then open it. I think further discussion is, you didn't see what I saw. Athotet is a threat beyond comprehension, and the longer downfall exists, the more powerful it becomes. We don't have time to play it safe, Angela. Very well, Verboten, a warning. If this is all some grand trick, I will find a way to end your life. Know this. It is known. As he then opens it, and we see things going kind of gnarly doo-dah. It's like, oh shit. It still gets weird. Weirder. Is he meant to do this? Verboten, can you hear me? Hello? Should I poke him with my sword, perhaps? As we see his eyes going fuckity-doo-dah, fuckity-day. Shit. Let's give him a minute. He might snap out of it without any stabbing. And if this fugue state lasts beyond a minute, he is, as you both insist on reminding me, the most powerful of us. We do not have him in fighting condition for whatever battles we have coming up. This will hardly take long. I'm sure we don't have anything to worry about, right, Lord Strange? Worry about. As we see Downfall popping in like the fucking Kool-Aid, man. Just like, boom, 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 bitch. Verboten. Now would be an excellent time to snap out of it. And it's just like, woof. You have been inquiring about me. I'm like punching at Angela. Shit. If you have more questions, ask them of me now. It's like, okie dokie. If you actually would. We know what you are, monster, and I you. You are an angel. Your role is to hunt and track and kill. But you have another role, a hidden role, the same as everyone else. Your role is to die. grabbing Angela and slamming her ass down. It's like, oh, fuck, man. My connection to magic is clearer than ever. Cleaner than any mere Sorcerer Supreme's, and so this hurts Downfall. Ooh. But doesn't take him out of the fight as it should, as you just blast the shit out of him. Shit. Athotet has an aversion to magic, and so too does his proxy, but this aversion is not as straightforward as I would like. It is not a weakness as such. It is more of a distaste. Verboten, loath as I am to disturb you from whatever it is you're going through, if you would wake up now, that'd be just super. We cannot use magic to destroy it, no matter how powerful Verboten or the crown he can wield might be. And we cannot allow Enderar to do it for us. The death of Athotet could have untold consequences, and giving Enderar what it wants would invariably invite trouble down the line. True, as we see Downfall with its red hand kind of reaching for a sword. We just need a little breathing room to consider our options. I really am going to have to insist, I'm afraid. We are in a desperate need of a little... And then it's like, what's going to go on here? Stops off. It's like, help, as we see that Downfall decapitates Lord Strange. It's like, okay. That's a really effective page. To be continued. Doctor Strange, Issue 9. Lord Strange has been decapitated by the dark entity Downfall. Can Verboten and Angela stop the powerful creature's rampage without him? Or will Verboten pursue his own agenda? Then, of course, we see the Sorcerer Supreme one as well. So I like this because it was interesting to see that Athotet was just bopping along, and then it needed energy, and was like doing that, and then alien scientists found it. It's like, what the fuck's going on here? It's like, stop those motherfuckers, creating a physical form and Downfall is like an extension of itself. It's kind of Athotet, but kind of not. Kind of works in those kind of esoteric kind of concepts. Lord Strange getting out and being like, oh, right. I did like seeing Rylia and Angela interact, being like, we need to figure out how to like work with Heaven, and like maybe people actually asking Galeraphon's like, a Hierophant can't do it. So Angela is pretty much getting pushed to this. She will have to take over. Otherwise, we're going to have some weird kind of shit going on. Rylia would be fine, but she's fused with her Scythe Self, and I don't think a lot of people would be alright with that, especially like how it was working with Verboten. So they're going to want someone kind of far enough away and who would be like, Verboten, I'm going to kick your ass. So Angela's the kind of chief one among them. So it is interesting that since they're not going through linear time, they could be fucking with Verboten in the past, which leads him to being fucked up in the future. So him trying to pretty much commune with that orb and then getting Lord Strange decapitated, we're going to have to see how that kind of works out. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.